Hi, my name is Ashleen Chowsigi, and I am going to be talking about poverty, including its causes and effects it has on people's lives worldwide. Poverty is the state for the majority of the world's peoples and nations. And why is this? Is it enough to blame poor people for their own predicament? Have they been lazy, made poor decisions, and been solely responsible for their plight? What about their governments? Have they pursued policies that actually harm successful development? Such causes of poverty and inequality are no doubt real, but deeper and more global causes of poverty are often less discussed. The causes are numerous, including a lack of individual responsibility, bad government policy, exploitation by people and businesses with power and influence, or some combination of these and other factors. Behind the increasing interconnectedness promised by globalization are global decisions, policies, and practices. These are typically influenced, driven, or formulated by the rich and powerful. These can be leaders of rich countries or global actors such as multinational corporations, institutions, and influential people. In the face of such enormous external influence, the governments of poor nations and their people are often powerless. As a result, in the global context, a few get wealthy while the majority struggle. Almost half the world, over 3 billion people, live on less than $2.50 a day, and more than 1.3 billion live in extreme poverty, which then is $1.25 a day, which is ridiculous because the poorest 40% of the world's population accounts for 5% of the global income. The richest 20% accounts for 3/4 of the world's income. The poorest people also have less access to health, education, and other services. Problems with hunger and water, malnutrition, and disease afflict the poorest in society. The poorest are also typically marginalized from society and have little representation or voice in public and political debates, making it even harder to escape poverty. Many feel that high levels of inequality affect social cohesion and lead to problems such as increasing crime and violence. And as Gandhi would say, poverty is the worst form of violence. Here are some important statistics to help you become more aware of the intensity of poverty worldwide. In 2012, 165 million children under the age of 5 were stunted, reduced rate of growth and development due to chronic malnutrition. Did you also know that 870 million people worldwide do not have enough food to eat? And also, preventable diseases like diarrhea and pneumonia take the lives of 2 million children a year who are too poor to afford proper treatment. Also, as of 2012, 19 million children worldwide are not vaccinated. And those are just some shocking statistics to help you further understand the gravity of poverty worldwide. The poor are hungry, and their hunger traps them in poverty. And due to poverty, thousands of people die each day, as infectious diseases continue to blight the lives of the poor across the world. But hunger is the #1 cause of death in the world, killing more than HIV/AIDS, malaria, and tuberculosis combined. There are 2.2 billion children in the world, 1 billion of these children being every second child in poverty. UNICEF is the world's leading advocate for children, with a strong presence in 190 countries, and they reported that 22,000 children die each day due to poverty, and they die quietly in some of the poorest villages on earth, far removed from the scrutiny and the conscience of the world. Being meek and weak in life makes these dying multitudes even more invisible in death. Overall, poverty is one of the greatest risks to the people of our world today, and as poverty increases, so does the number of people who die due to the effects of being so impoverished. It is therefore essential to find a solution to this issue of poverty to help prevent the suffering and problems that come along with it, including all the lives constantly being lost. There are plenty of ways that we can begin to improve our current situation, where poverty is constantly increasing. First of all, by being fully aware of the poverty around us, we can put in all of our efforts to make changes in our world and society that will progressively, over time, continue to reduce the number of people suffering and dying from poverty. For example, volunteering in charities and becoming part of organizations that fight poverty, like International Rescue Committee, Interaction, International Childcare, Fistula Foundation, Village Reach, UNICEF, etc., and by donating money to these services. By making simple changes and becoming examples to others, we can create a revolution that will better the world for the generations to come. I will leave you with this quote by Nelson Mandela. Poverty is not an accident. Like slavery and apartheid, it is man-made and can be removed by the actions of humans. I hope you all now feel well informed on the issue of poverty and are motivated and determined to end poverty and make a difference in others' lives. Thank you for watching.